Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's called My Many Favorite Things, and I'm going to talk about things from my childhood in the 1970s and 1980s through to adulthood, present day. And I'm going to break up my favorite things into categories such as movies, books, games, toys, TV shows, TV specials. Okay, so let's get into it. This is episode 1 of my new YouTube channel, My Many Favorite Things. And today's episode, I'm going to be talking about Saturday cartoons and live shows. So the first one I want to talk about is Schoolhouse Rock. These were cartoons, short cartoons that were made and put in between the Saturday morning cartoon lineup on ABC. And they were educational. They taught about things like grammar and history and about government, math. They had all kinds of subjects that they touched upon. And like I said, Schoolhouse Rock was on ABC. And side note, when I was growing up, we only had 4 channels. We had Channel 2, which was NBC, Channel 5, which was CBS, Channel 7, which was ABC, and PBS, which was Channel 12. And the TV reception was not good, to say the least. And so I got very good at watching these TV shows through lots of static and TV snow, which were like pixelated dots on the TV. And I was very good at kind of ignoring that stuff and just focusing on the shows. So that being said, back to Schoolhouse Rock. My favorite episodes were I'm Just a Bill. That was my most favorite. And then I also like Conjunction Junction, What's Your Function? That was a good one too. And the original Schoolhouse Rock debuted on ABC in 1973 and ran until 1986. And also, side note, all of these products and items that I'm talking about today, I will put a link in my comments. If you're interested in any of the items, you can click on the link. It'll take you right to Amazon, where I'm an Amazon affiliate. And if you're interested in anything, just click on the link. It'll take you right to the product. You can, if you so choose, purchase the product using my link, and I might get some sort of little commission or something on that if you buy using my link. So back to it. Schoolhouse Rock. Knowledge is power. My shirt. Okay. Another show that I liked, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Watched that all the time. I still watch it when I get a chance. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Debuted in 1969 through 1980. And that was the original show that I watched as a child. I loved the mix of the scary mysteries and the bad characters that they had, the scary characters, and the mix of that with the comedic shenanigans of like Scooby and Shaggy, and the mystery solving skills of Fred and Velma and Daphne, and them driving around in the mystery machine solving mysteries. Never gets old for me. I watched all of these Scooby-Doo shows. As my kids were growing up, my 3 children, I watched Scooby-Doo with them. The old shows I started with showing them the old ones first. And then the next show that I liked was Underdog. Underdog is a lovable dog who was Shoeshine Boy by day and a superhero whenever trouble was brewing and someone needed help. Shoeshine Boy would run to the phone booth. He'd change into Underdog with his cape and the U on the chest, very reminiscent of Superman. And he also had a love interest who was a TV reporter named Polly Purebred, which was kind of like Superman's Lois Lane. So he would rescue Polly Purebred from many dangerous situations. And Polly, much like Lois Lane, didn't know that Shoeshine Boy was actually superhero Underdog. I also watched Hong Kong Phooey, which was 1974 through 1975. And that's another dog named Penrod Pooch. And he was voiced by the great Scatman Crothers. And he's a janitor at the local police station. And unbeknownst to everyone, Penrod is also an eye mask wearing, kung fu practicing crime fighter. And he has a sidekick that helps him out, a cat named Spot. I liked that Hong Kong Phooey was a mix of kung fu fighting, action, and it was funny. Many times his sidekick Spot would actually get him out of some of the trouble that Hong Kong Phooey got into, and so it was pretty funny. Then I liked the Smurfs. The Smurfs were from 1981 until 1990. They are tiny blue creatures that live in a magical forest. And the leader of the village of Smurfs was Papa Smurf. And then you had other characters like Smurfette and Handy, Jokey, Greedy, Clumsy, and Hefty. And there was an evil wizard that lived in the forest named Gargamel, and along with his cat named Azrael. And Gargamel and Azrael were like the Smurfs' arch nemesis. And so they were always trying to get out of some mess that they got into, that Gargamel would capture one of them, and the other Smurfs would have to try and rescue the Smurf that got captured. And so I just really enjoyed the Smurfs. I enjoyed the different characters, the different personalities that the Smurfs had. And then there was a cartoon called Gem, and that was from 1985 to 1988. And the main character was Jerrica Benton, who owned Starlight Music and ran the Starlight Foundation, which was a foster home for young girls. Jerrica had these like magic earrings that whenever she would touch them, she would become Gem, which she was the lead singer of a successful band called Gem and the Holograms. And Gem and the Holograms would go on adventures as they tried to save Starlight Foundation from the bad guy, Eric Raymond. And also Gem and the Holograms had to fend off their rival band, the Misfits. So there was lots of singing, lots of adventures that they would go on, and I just really liked the music, and I liked the characters and how they interacted with each other. And so that was gem. Then there was the Muppet Babies from 1984 to 1991. Kermit, Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Gonzo, and Scooter as babies living in a nursery. They use their imaginations to take them on wild and crazy adventures. They would learn life lessons there in the nursery, and it had some good positive thoughts and morals to their stories. And then there were a couple of Saturday live action shows that were my favorites. The Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew Mysteries, that would come on at noontime on Saturdays from 1977 to 1979. And they were based on the mystery books. The Hardy Boys by Franklin W. Dixon, and Nancy Drew was written by Caroline Keene, and the shows would alternate every week. So one week it would be a Hardy Boys mystery, and the next week it would be Nancy Drew mystery. And my favorite was Nancy Drew, to be honest. I liked the Nancy Drew mysteries better, but I also liked sometimes they would join forces and the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew would team up and they would solve mysteries together. Those were really good episodes too. My favorite Hardy Boy was Joe, played by Sean Cassidy. I thought he was so cute. So he was my favorite Hardy Boy. And the next show that I liked was Shazam. And that was on from 1974 to 1977. That was about a teenager named Billy Batson who travels around in an RV with an older man who I just thought was his uncle, but I guess it was his mentor. I don't know. And they would help people in trouble. When trouble would hit, Billy would yell, "Shazam!" and he'd turn into a slightly older superhero and save the day. And they'd travel around the country helping people in trouble. And I really like that. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. And again, if you want to purchase any of these that I have talked about, just go to the comments below to the links for the certain products. You can click on them, take you right to Amazon. If you purchase them, I might get a little bit of a commission out of that. Thank you very much. I really hope you enjoyed my YouTube channel. I really hope you enjoyed my YouTube channel, and I will be back next time to talk about TV shows from my childhood that I liked. All right. I hope you will like and subscribe to my channel and leave some comments about what are your favorite shows? What were your favorite Saturday morning cartoons and live action TV shows? And especially if you're a child from the 70s, 80s, or even before then, just share with me what you liked and what were your favorites. Okay, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.